I found a very handsome chap here who is cosplaying as. Who are you today, sir? No comment. Don't worry, it's the usual thing. So, how are you enjoying the convention today, mate? Yeah, but so. Yeah, I kind of understand that. It's alright. Don't really think it's that great, but you know, it's good. Can I ask, what gave you the idea to cosplay as this today, anyway? That! Okay, bye. So, can I ask your name, please, sir, and for the benefit of the camera, who are you cosplaying?
My name is Andrew, and I'm cosplaying Nightwing.
Lovely, and I gotta say, the cosplay is fantastic, and it's just so great. Do you like the character that much that you thought, it's like, I gotta cosplay it, or was it just like something you thought, oh, I've done it before?
Well, no, this is actually only my third Comic-Con, and I really just like the character Nightwing, and he's never had his own movie or TV series, which I really think he should.
Yeah.
And I'm not really a gamer, but I've seen like the cartoons and stuff, so I kind of thought, I've seen the web series, and I liked that costume.
Of course.
So I kind of wanted to try something different and do that kind of thing instead. So, because and there's always loads of Batman characters to run into and get photos with, so that's always fun.
Because that's the thing that I find with the Warner Brothers movies, like they just tend to focus on specific characters. It's like we've seen Batman, we've seen Superman, but it's like we're not getting like the ones we actually want.
I know. I am hoping that they will do it because of shows like Arrow, or even because of the new movie. They'll spin off and do something. It'll happen eventually.
That'd be cool.
I just might be too old to cosplay it when it happens, but.
Yeah, maybe like when we're 50 or something and in a veranda just rocking backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
One thing I've wanted to ask you is, what was your opinion of the new 52 comic variation, or haven't you read it?
Well, I'm not overly familiar with the new one yet because I've only started reading the old ones properly. I read a lot of the Batman versions, like I've read him in Hush, and I've read them, where he's in it, but it's not his own series. So I've only recently started reading the ones, because they only recently started bringing out the graphic novel collections of his.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they've only brought out 4, and that's from like the mid-90s. So I'm kind of going through them and I'm working my way up. But I know that they've kind of done the new 52. I've read a few of the new 52 stories of other characters, and I think he's, I know that he's not Nightwing anymore. He's just Dick Grayson, and so I don't know how. I'll read it and I'll see how I feel about it then, and see. But I always like the costume, so that's the one thing I will miss.
Fair play. I'll ask you one more thing about the films, then I'll get more onto the costume. But say now, if you were in charge of casting, like apart from putting yourself in the role, which would everyone wants to be Nightwing, who would you pick as like the ideal person to play Nightwing?
I can't really think off my hand at the moment, although I have to say in the animated movies that they're doing, the Batman ones, they have like Batman versus Robin, and then the latest one that came out. Yeah, all that one, they have Sean Maher voicing him. That's a really good one. If Sean Maher was a tiny bit younger.
What is your most favourite cosplay to do other than Nightwing?
Well, this is really only, as I said, my third Comic-Con, and the last ones were the Star-Lord, and I made the helmet.
Right.
I think if I was going to do it again, just out of like childhood fantasy, it would probably be like a Power Ranger or something, just for fun, just to see.
I love it. Are you planning on going to London at all, like because of the Turbo Power Rangers reunion?
I haven't thought about it, but I definitely will think about it anyway. I'm interested to see what they're going to do, because that was my show in the early 90s. I think it was everyone's show in the early 90s. So
it was ours. Every single person 90s kid is that sort of Power Rangers.
Yeah, I think you'd want to. And there was a Green Ranger here last time, and I ran up to him.
From Galaxy?
No, the Mighty Morphin ones, actually. The original Green Ranger. Just cosplaying, not the actor, obviously.
I was going to say that.
No, we weren't
he was
that
not
lucky.
here and I didn't know about it?
No, if he was here, I would have known about it.
I think everyone in their Blue Moon would have come.
Yeah, but even just seeing the guy dressed up in the accurate costume, it was so exciting. I had to run over, and it's like, I had you on my school bag.
Yes, of course.
Right, so I know this is only your third time cosplaying, but what sort of tips would you give to someone who's like maybe new to cosplay or is a bit hesitant to start cosplaying? Like any tips on like how to get started?
I think you just have to really like the character. I think it's important that you do like the character, because otherwise,
then there's no point to it.
there are a few people that you will, kind of go, oh, I'm, just doing whatever. And if you like the character, and don't worry about it being overly like professional. This is Under Armour that you would buy in like a sports shop,
of course.
and then just regular foam. And I don't even know how to use foam, so I just actually cut it and painted it. So it's not actually as nice as it looks, but you work with what you can do.
Exactly.
So.
But that's the thing. It's like there's so many different levels of cosplay. Like for example, you see like all the armors, like the Warhammer, the big massive ones walking around, like loads of different levels. But it's like as long as you enjoy it.
As long as it's fun, and the thing about it is everyone's really nice and respectful, and like there's no, when you see someone you like, you just run over to them and get a picture. It doesn't matter. Everyone's having fun, so that's the main part. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Any particular character is on your dream list for cosplay? Like, if you had like X amount of budget, X amount of funding, facilities, who would that character be and why?
Oh, that's a good question. There are a few actually.
I'll round them off.
It's probably a really easy answer, but I'd probably really like to go as the Green Arrow from the new TV series, not the comic book, but the full-on, with the archer thing and everything. Yeah, the bow and arrow. That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be good.
What do you think of Arrow, by the way?
I enjoy it. I like it. I like all the characters. I know season 4 sort of is getting a bit of a bad time, but I really like it. So I think it's all development.
That's the thing. I'm like only on series 2 at the minute. I've just finished that, but like unfortunately people have spoilt it for me already. It's like, oh yeah, Rachel, good. No.
Yeah, he's in it, but like I mean, it's a version. I always tell people because I'm exactly. I'm super looking forward to Batman v Superman, and it comes out a few days after my birthday, so I'm just saying that's kind of a nice thing.
Nice.
But it's a version.
Exactly.
The other ones are still going to be there, and they're going to do other ones in future. So this doesn't have to be the gospel. So you don't have to like it, but you don't have to hate on everything either.
Exactly.
Enjoy it or don't, but let people like it.
Just go see it, have an opinion.
Exactly, yeah. And if you don't like it, that's fine. You're absolutely entitled to.
Exactly.
But there are other versions. Yeah. So.
Are you a Marvel fan?
I am. I think I grew up more with DC because I used to watch the old Adam West Batman and Dean Cain Superman. Lois and Clark.
Oh, of course.
And Wonder Woman, of course. So I watched those 3, and then I kind of only saw the Marvel cartoons. So it was really only when the films started coming out that I got into the Marvel universe. But I do really like them as well.
Whose side are you going to be on in Civil War? Team America or Team Iron Man?
I do like them both. I just think that Captain America is probably more of a slightly decent person.
Yeah.
Tony's funny and everyone likes to go for the humor, and none of them are bad people.
But you just think.
But I think maybe Steve's probably just as slightly more good. I don't know whether it's because he's from the 40s, he's a bit more of a gentleman.
Maybe.
But I think he just has he has a very good heart. So I think maybe that's gonna. But I don't know who's gonna win.
Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll just have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait.
Well, thank you again. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and enjoy your day at the Comic Con. Are you here all weekend?
I'm here all weekend.
Fab, I shall see you tomorrow.